Theme tune the car.
Yeah. And welcome to Off the Stage Podcast. It's the show where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world. We are back at the fantastic Dubliner. I'm your host, James Berry. This is another host, Conor Michael, and we are joined today by the fantastic Mr. Daniel Mabel. There we go.
All right.
All right, sorry.
We've had you on before.
Yeah, we're pretty velvet.
Yeah.
That's right. Because, to be fair, that's the first thing I was going to chuck in.
Yeah.
You obviously do your own stuff
Uh-huh.
as well as being as part of Pretty Velvet. How do you manage doing both projects?
You tell me.
I would like to know the answer to this one, actually. Yeah.
Well, so when I first started doing music, I was in a band first, and then I left that and started doing my solo projects as Daniel Mabel. And then I just became mates with Pretty Velvet, and then I depped in for a gig. Ewan was on holiday, so I depped in and then joined them, but I still was kind of doing my solo project in my room. And then since I've left college, I've focused more on trying to push the solo music more and just make more apparent that I've also got that on the side. And I've just joined another band called Cloud Chambers, so that's another thing on there. We're doing like a shoegaze band.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
It's a bit, I don't know, it's relatively easy to juggle. The only thing's just writing in all the dates, because I do the pub gig circuit as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a total other thing.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
That takes up like 87% of your time.
Well, yeah.
And the rest.
87% of the money, though. So.
Yeah, well, that's it, yeah.
99% of the money, to be fair. There's a
100%, let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah.
I'd be homeless if it wasn't for the Dubliner.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. But obviously, with you doing your solo stuff as well, is it solo? Or do you ever bring on a band on stage with you to do your work?
At the minute, it's just me. So the EP I did with Lyndon, and I kind of, I wanted to do an EP with just me and a guitar, see how much I can actually do with that.
Yeah.
And see how, if the songs hold up, if it's just that, and it seemed to work. But I might do a band in the future, but I don't know, I would put it under a separate project,
Yeah.
start a band, or who knows. But
Yeah.
I think
it's a tough one, like, because I'm trying to bring up my solo stuff myself, and I always kind of think, do I like get like the massive like production value, and do I kind of like, or do I just sit down in a room and do I just like that recorder there and just record just me and acoustic guitar, just kind of like a stripped back version of all my songs. I think I'm doing more of that because, again, like it's you're trying to juggle loads of all your time and stuff like that. It just makes sense, just because I could do that like tonight, for example. Well, not tonight because I've got a gig, but I could do that any time. I could make like a full little EP just with one fell swoop. So yeah,
I think the other factor is like, hear what you're saying there, like people are busy.
Yeah.
So if you start a band and you're like, practice on Wednesday, and like, I'm at work, I've got a gig, I've got this, that, and the other. I know what I'm doing, so I know when I'm free. But then also, like, I know what I'm hearing in my head.
yeah.
So I think, if I started a band, I don't like the idea of me being like, you play this, you play that. I like the idea of just being like, you do what you want. So and that's kind of what it is in like other projects I worked on. But with the solo stuff, I purely know what I'm hearing in my head, and I know how to get it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same with that, to be fair.
Well, that's my thing. That's why I'm loop pedal.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be in a band and be like, no, I want this drum pattern or I want this guitar riff. I'm like, I'll do it.
You know exactly what you want.
I can tell me off and not feel guilty about it. But if I tell you off and you'll be like, well, you don't know anything about drums, go, yes, I don't. I still don't. I just that's me.
Yeah, that's the drum. That's the drum.
But I think I've always known that I wouldn't just be doing one thing in music, because obviously a lot of people know me through Pretty Velvet. I think establishing that I'm also a solo act, it's like kind of best of both worlds, really. It's just I think if you came and saw the solo gig, you'd be like, he's in Pretty Velvet. You'd be really confused because it's the other side of me, And I think because I listen to so many types of different music,
Well, that's
my aim and my career, to just show that I have like a palette of things that I can do, and not just one thing.
That's why people get confused. Ed Sheeran, when he comes out and says he loves like the likes of like Offspring and shit like that, because like you just wouldn't expect that from the kind of music he does. But he's only ever been Ed Sheeran. He's never. Well, he does stuff now because he's completed the main quest and it's all just side quests.
I think it's a good example though. Like I went to go see Ed Sheeran in, I think it was 2019. And he had Lewis Capaldi supporting In the Darkness.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect example. He loves all types of music, and have you heard like the first ever song Ed Sheeran brought out when he was like 14? It's like more grungy.
Heard
Oh, is it?
You'll have to check that
recording of
out.
it and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I think it's called Typical Average Teen.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like proper angsty 14-year-old. But it just shows where he comes from and
Yeah.
all the folk influences. It's not just pop when you look at Ed Sheeran, it's everything.
Yeah, the thing he's obviously chose a route that's kind of
Worked for
'cause
him.
It's easier to. I'm not saying like Ed Sheeran's it's a hard thing, but trying to like get to like stardom and getting a band to kind of come along with you is it's so much harder to do,
Yeah.
especially this day and age when everybody's
Yeah.
working and stuff, and I'm just gonna do it solo.
Yeah.
That you can crash on people's sofa, and that's what he did in London, wasn't it? You
Yeah.
know? So he could get his connections and stuff, just him rather than finding a
Yeah.
band. Although he doesn't have a band now.
He does for the tour he's on
Yeah.
because he wanted to do something different.
Got a swingy
Yeah.
stage, you know, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Swinging, that's quite hard.
I mean, mum and sister went to go say it, thought it was class.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't listen to Ed Sheeran that much anymore, but I can definitely appreciate the amount he's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of people he knows, the amount of contacts he's got through just himself.
Yeah.
And because he's just grafted. And it's like, I think he's a perfect example of what, like, a
What
way
it
into
takes
the
off.
industry. And
Yeah.
it shows, like, a ginger spotty kid can get in the industry.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
despite everything, because I remember when he came in, he was the only one in the charts that wasn't X Factor.
right.
Like,
okay,
so
yeah.
he was like he must have got the amount of influence he's given kids to think, you know what, maybe I don't have to wait in a queue. Maybe I can just pick up a guitar and write my own song and kind of do it that way.
Yeah. Aye.
Which is, in my opinion, that's like such an underrated thing that doesn't really get shouted about
Yeah.
enough. Although I don't know what the charts like nowadays. I don't know how
I
much
haven't
that's
I
checked
don't
it.
listen
Yeah.
to that.
Chaperone was in there last time I checked,
Yeah, well, she's alright.
but I've only heard Hot to Go, to be honest with you. which charted. I don't like reading from a script, but I kind of wrote a script
Oh, I don't
version
mind.
thing down. Right, so bear with me. You usually say that you take your influence from like Bob Dylan. We've got John Martin, Jacob Slater,
Yeah.
but you also mention local artists like Indie Rockin'. Obviously, it's good that you've got local influence coming through as well as like the mainstream stuff. But how balanced would you say your influences from mainstream musicians to like people you meet? What would you say is like the value on both sides? I'd say.
It's pretty fairly balanced, to be honest. I mean, I've done loads of gigs. This is falling
That's
slowly.
the worst. Well,
gonna have to
I'll
hold
sort
that.
it in the break.
I know,
Uh,
but I'm going to hold it like this for the days. Oh. But no, it's because I've done so many gigs with so many people, and I think especially this scene's so vast, so many
Yeah.
genres. I mean, and I love all types of music as well. And when I say people like John Martin, it's more like what I was speaking about earlier, how much you can do with just one person and guitar. I think John Martin's a perfect example of that. And people like Nick Drake, I think singer-songwriter, but more of a twist. Like if you listen to, there's a great album by Joni Mitchell called Blue, and that's singer-songwriter music, but with chord variations in and heading into jazz regions. But it's like a fusion of genres. I've always enjoyed that, and especially India, I've always said is like a perfect fusion of that, where India knows. I've always said that India makes pop music, but delivers it in such a way that it feels so foreign to modern pop music. And it's by pop music, I don't mean like it's been made by a production team. It's more like it's got a catchy hook and it's a song rather than, you know, like an art piece.
Yeah.
But just still delivers it in such a way that's just so unusual. And I definitely think she's doing something very different. So definitely check out India. You probably already have, to be fair. But,
She's been on the pod twice now.
Yeah,
hasn't
she has a,
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was one of our first. I think
Recurring
she came on
guest.
like fourth or something like that.
yeah.
I think it's sorted.
Is that? No, I
Nope.
don't think it's just.
It's going to be on me crotch by the end
Yeah, I
of
was
the
gonna
episode.
say it's very suggestive, and it's like.
Before we take a break, though, I've got big bold letters, just something we're chatting about before the break.
Right.
This is going to be a complete random thing. But ask James about Natty Fanta.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, it's sprung on us.
No, it wasn't. Love a good James
So what
rant.
would you like to know about Nazi Fanda?
Well, explain what's going on, really.
Right, so.
From what we
'cause
found out before.
Right, so can we give people a bit of a
Context.
backstory? Because
Yes, please, because that is bad clipping.
So, I mean, I didn't really hear this conversation, but someone mentioned, oh yeah, Fanta's like Nazi, so thank the Nazis for Fanta or whatnot. That's going to really be clipped really badly
It is,
out of
yeah.
context, isn't
Oh.
it? Brilliant.
So they created it.
But the reason they created it...
Or someone who created it was a Nazi.
Yeah,
Is that
no,
the
no.
thing?
So
Allegedly.
it wasn't the fact that it was created by Coca-Cola in Germany,
Uh-huh.
because, and it's an easy thing to know because it's Coca-Cola. You couldn't import it during the war, and the only ingredients they had that was readily available at the time in Germany was oranges. So they basically, Coca-Cola were like, well, I don't want to stop losing money and not sell Coca-Cola, so we'll make Fanta. I'm always curious what Fanta actually means in German.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Fanta.
German word.
Yeah, it's very Fanta.
Fantastic, maybe? Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, search it up, we'll get some research.
Fantastic. Fanta, meaning. Yeah, okay. So that's fantasy.
Fantasy. There you go. It's German for imagination.
Use your imagination, which makes sense because you think, well, how can we make a cool soft drink like Coca-Cola without Coca-Cola? We'll just add oranges.
Yeah.
There we go.
So the more you know.
We'll see you in
That's like a weird fun fact of the day.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I'm
a bit
full of
edgy,
them.
like.
I'm full of them.
see you in part 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Yes, that makes
big
sense.
allegedly science all over that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're back, baby!
And we are back to side 2.
Obviously, Photo Walls has been out. Was it sort of October it came out? Yeah. How do you think it's being received so far? Is it the way you thought? Is it better, or is it like?
Really well. I think it's been better, to be honest. I think any artist shits himself when they're releasing music because you can't really predict how well it's going to do.
Yeah.
It could be the wrong week. Might be someone else's big album coming out. So I was a bit skeptical, but I've been planning the promotion since maybe September or August even.
Yeah.
And I woke up one day and I was like, I should just release an EP and see how it goes, and make a sort of an accurate representation of the gigs I'm doing. It's the exact same material I was doing at the original gigs. So I just thought it would be nice to really capture that, and then at least when people come to gigs, they'll know the songs and be aware of how they go. And it was a strange one because I wrote them songs about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But then I went in the studio with Lyndon and we did it in like one session for all the demos and then 2 sessions for the whole EP.
Brilliant.
So the
Oh,
fact
that's
that
cool.
it's taken a year and a half to get them songs out took 2 sessions.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what the way it is.
I
isn't
like it.
it?
It's like
Yeah.
a nice even
Yeah.
substance of it. But what I liked about it was I think Lyndon brought a certain sound to the EP that wasn't there if I'd done it in the house.
Yeah.
And I think that's just naturally like the way he does it. It sounds slightly different to some other stuff that Lyndon's put out, but it's because I spoke to him what I'd like about it, and I wanted like sort of a vintage feel to it.
Yeah.
So we had quite sort of like the guitar tone on it is sounds a bit nostalgic and like 70s
Yeah.
songwriter stuff, and I sort of spoke to him about what albums I was listening to that could be similar. Jacob Slater was one of them. I had his albums mint. So Jacob Slater's in a band called Wonder Horse.
Oh,
And
yeah, I've heard of them, yeah.
they're
Right.
mint. And
Yeah.
but he brought out a solo album. It's very much like Elliott Smith, Nick Drake, sing-songwriter stuff. Beautiful album. So I showed that and I was like, because you kind of make it pretty
Similar,
much like
yeah.
that. But I think it was also really unexpected because when people think of me, it's always blues. I think
Yeah.
people get that vibe a lot from me, but in the house, I'm mostly listening like that stuff, singer-songwriter. Surprised me a lot of like jazz and funk. And,
Yeah.
I think I've done all I can with blues, to be honest. You can only do so much.
There's
at
only
times,
3
though.
chords in it,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly. But I mean, still like my favourite guitarists are like Jimi Hendrix and Jeff Beck. So
Yeah.
you can hear bits and bobs in me playing, and I think it's been received really well though, the EP, and I'm already on to the next stuff. Really. I'm thinking of releasing a Christmas song.
Right.
That might be something to plug, to be fair. So
Yeah.
that'll probably be coming out a couple of weeks after this comes out. I'm just sort of
Go
in the
straight in the
midst.
charts with it.
Yeah, well, I'm in the midst of getting it sorted. So
Yeah. I'm never sure about putting like Christmas songs on like Spotify because I mean I don't have many songs on Spotify anyway. I thought like if someone's like listening to your back catalogue in July and the Christmas song comes up, you're like, oh, Jeff, you're like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
I do get like 4 or 5 songs on my Christmas one like a month or something. It's
Yeah.
really weird. Because I've got a song called Homes Where the Christmas Tree Lies, and it's
Uh-huh.
like in June you got 7 streams. I was like, why?
I don't know,
Yeah.
it's like right banging the evenness of it. Couldn't be any further from Christmas.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's just mental.
But I thought it would be cool because it was like, it's not like your typical Christmas song of like, you know,
Yes.
like the Slades and stuff. It's more like, I mean, I love Lindisfarne. I've recently gotten to them a lot in Alan Hull.
Yeah,
They had a
Alan
great song called Winter Song, which is just the most beautiful Christmas song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's about homeless people at Christmas time, and
yeah.
reflects on that attitude of it, and turns it a very British Christmas song.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to someone yesterday and about how British Christmas songs very full of melancholy.
Yeah.
And got more of a British attitude to it. Because it's not all happiness at Christmas for us, is it?
Yeah, that's
you know,
like.
I think.
I wish they could like kind of normalise more places playing like alternative Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Like what was it? I'm sure it's called "The River" by Joni Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the best Christmas songs out there. Red Wings actually did a cover for it for one. It was like a charity Christmas thing for AMV. We did that quite well. But yeah, like there's loads of cool. But one of my favourite ones. I don't even know if it's a Christmas song per se, but it's by the Alex Harvey Band. It's called "There's No Lights on the Christmas Tree." It's the burning Big Louie tonight.
I've just got into them.
Alex, oh my god,
Sensational
I
Alex Harvey
was
Band.
obsessed with it when I first like heard of them. I was obsessed. I just wanted to be Alex Harvey.
It was that live version of Midnight Moses. I was just where they put on the faces. He's got all the makeup on.
He was unreal live. Apparently, there's not much footage of him. There's a really good version of Delilah.
Right.
If you ever watch, like they just do they do the better version of Delilah by Tom Jones. Give that. I'm sure it was on the All Grey Whistle Test or something like that.
Oh yeah, they did a couple sessions of that.
Yeah.
They're basically AC/DC before AC/DC.
They were punk before punk was even known as a thing.
Insane,
yeah. But yeah.
That was a good shout. That like.
Yeah, Alex Harvey Band. Honestly, I watch if you get on your earphones.
Delilah.
There's no lights on the Delilah,
Oh.
and there's no lights on the Christmas
Tree,
tree.
aye.
It's just fucking mint. Anyway, I'm gonna ramble, so I'm just.
That's what podcasts are for, James.
Fits into December though. We're talking about
that's
Christmas.
it. Yeah,
Absolutely
that's
right.
true. Aye. That is very true. Aye.
Yeah, man. Obviously, your EP, I might get the number wrong, but is it like 6 or 7 songs? It's quite a large. 7. Is there a specific song that you were desperate to record and release?
I Love You and I Hate Goodbyes.
Yeah.
The one I've just done there, because I wrote that a year and a half ago in the summer, and I wrote it in about 5 minutes, and afterwards I was like, that's my best song.
Yeah.
You get that feeling straight away, you get that proper buzz once you've wrote the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, even a month afterwards, I was like, that's still my best song. And it's been a year on, I'm like, that's one of my best songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, because I've wrote 2,000 songs, but to have
It's always-
one
yeah,
that
it just shines out.
yeah, it just it's something about it. It seems magical. I think I was listening to loads like Jeff Buckley and Bob Dylan and all like the singer-songwriters I was talking about, and I was like, I don't know. I think it would hold up as like a Buckley song or a Bob Dylan song, which is I think why I think I like it more than the others. It's more.
It has that feeling.
But it's still got like a sense of originality to it, but it just uses. It's more than a singer-songwriter song because it uses a bit more advanced chords than the usual thing. But no, I think that's definitely one that shined out. Like, but all of them are like. I think the most recent one was "Waiting in the Catapult," which I wrote in. I think it was the first song I wrote in April, and that's the most recent one. And when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, it sounds like similar to these songs," which is where the idea of releasing an EP came from.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I may as well have 7 songs that all link together in some way.
There's a bit
and I think
like certain sounds to them. Yeah.
A lot of people say when they listen to the EP, it has a certain flow to it. So once they listen to one song, they have to sort of start from the beginning. It takes you on a journey. The whole EP. I try to plan it that way. Yeah.
Very well done out that way.
No, thanks very much. Right.
Have you got a particular favourite of your own songs?
They keep changing.
So many good ones.
Yeah, one of my favourite ones that I wrote was "Be Yourself Unless You Want to Be Bob Dylan."
Yeah.
That's a
great
cool
one.
song. Most people like "Sink the Ship," which was my attempt at writing like a really like super emo song, and it turned out quite like I like that one. That one I'm going to be releasing shortly. Actually,
Yes.
going to be probably recording it and stuff. I really. I don't know. See, I've wrote loads, and a lot of them just. I'm gonna be honest. I forget about them.
Right.
Like I write them and I record the demo, and then it just go out of my mind for months, and then I'll be in the car and I'll look at kind of like what songs are on my phone and go, oh, what's that one? I'll listen to it and I'll go, shit, that's a fucking mint song that.
Forgot about that one, yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake. And and I keep trying to remind myself to like remember them, and I never do.
You just have to go back and
Yeah,
listen to them, like what you said there.
I wrote one which I think is probably the saddest song I've ever written, and it's about a dog that gets old. And like I was whelping a little bit when I was doing the demo, and I was like, I don't dare actually record it in case like I cause mass depression amongst the society, you know.
Or mass dog slaughter.
Yeah,
Yeah. Singer-songwriter vibes, don't it?
But yeah, I think that's the one that. There's another one that I really like as well, called Martha and I, which is essentially about a guy who falls in love with this psychopath, and they go on a killing spree.
Yeah, I've heard you play that one.
Yeah,
Nice,
that's one of my favourite ones I've written.
How would
'cause
you
it's-
come up with that? Did you come up with that story beforehand, then write a song about it, or just naturally?
Well,
Okay.
Just wants
I
to kill
came
somebody
up-
and you just can't
honestly,
make you do it.
I came up with two. I came up with that because I wanted to write a story, so I came up with the line that really got it. I can't remember. Once I was a loner, I never once did wrong. That all changed the minute a girl called Martha came along. We were the perfect partners, the millennial Bonnie and Clyde. And I was like, oh, okay, so I can do like, there's like the millennial Bonnie and Clyde. I can kind of work with that, and it just snowballed from there.
Yeah.
I'll have to record it so people can actually enjoy it and
Yeah.
listen to it. Yeah.
There you go.
For your releases one day.
I know,
whenever it
honestly,
happens.
I need to get down on it. I'm so bad. I'm just so busy all the time, and it's just like you just think, oh, I'll do it later, and then later never flipping comes. Oh, that's a good
It
song.
will.
Later never comes.
Well, you
Okay.
write your song.
Right, okay.
And your
Okay.
guitar's down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of like obviously things that are upcoming and whatnot, with this episode being out early December, is there anything you want to push? Songs, shows?
Yeah, so that Christmas song will be coming out very soon if I get it sorted. So fingers
What's it called?
crossed. Stay for the New Year.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
Nice.
Where's my phone gone? I'm gonna get all my gigs up. May as well.
Absolutely.
So, December. I'll have a gig at the ticket office in 2 days.
Is that Willie Bay?
Get yourself there. Is that what?
Is that Willie Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lovely
The
place,
metro
that.
station.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Brilliant.
I've got a gig there. Probably be doing original material for that. So,
Would that be when's that?
Thursday the 5th.
Of December, right? Okay.
Yeah, December.
I was, I'm
We're into
trying to think of
December
me going in future and stuff like that. It's like, oh, in 2 days' time. It's like, oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
And
Like 2
then
days from yeah,
there's a
okay.
gig on the 7th of December with, it's somewhere near the Clooney, I can't remember the exact thing, but I will be promoting that on Instagram, so Daniel Maple Music, you can find us on there. 11th of December, we've got Snowed in Sunderland, so that's I've been organising this event with some of the other people on my uni course, and it's with Name, and we've got 4 bands on. We've got the Monday Clubs, Celador, Pretty Velvet and Divine Image, and that'll be a great event. It's all cross genre night, so bit of metal, bit of indie, bit of rock and roll, and,
Mint.
Awesome.
bit of everything. But apart from that, I'll just be promoting on Instagram really. We've got Waves Fest, but that would have already happened
Yeah.
by then.
That's like
Yeah.
next weekend, isn't it? For us.
And then everything else will probably just be pub gigs, or you can find it on my social media. That's where I'll be promoting it all really.
Spot on.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Mint. And just finally on social media, what are your socials?
So my Instagram is Daniel_Maple.music. My TikTok should be the same, I think. My Facebook, just type in Daniel Maple, you'll find us on there. And am I missing anything? I'm not on Twitter or X as they call it.
I think they're your main ones, really.
yeah,
Instagram's
yeah.
the one that we all hammer on.
I've been getting thingy on YouTube.
Oh,
recently.
you can find us on
Found
YouTube as well,
yeah.
Daniel Maple.
YouTube's me thing do now.
I like to post on YouTube a lot, so you can find us there, but I like to say I promote everything on Instagram mainly, and everything
Yeah.
else just like the secondary promotion
Yeah.
stuff. Facebook, you get sort of the older generation clipping into it, so.
You just thing is, Instagram. You just automatically post to Facebook. You don't actually go on
Yeah.
Facebook. You just post it and it posts to Facebook
But
automatically.
Facebook's for me, Grant to see.
Yeah, that's the same actually.
it,
Just
yeah.
so she knows how I'm doing, I don't
Yeah.
have to send the WhatsApp message, so she's all sorted.
Yeah, man. Mint, well, thank you very much for coming down.
Thanks
we'll
very
definitely
much.
get you on at the time.
Great, I'd love that.
Yeah, please go stream Four Walls, the EP. It is available. It's doing really well. It's probably the best EP of the year. If you want to stream the non-best
I'll
EP
do
of the year,
that.
mine would come out on the 22nd of November. So go check out Horizon as well if you want something slightly different. Thank you very much for coming on.
thank
Do you
you.
want to announce a song that we're going to play in this section?
Yes, this is my original song from Four Walls called I Love You and I Hate Goodbyes.
Boom.
There we go. See you later. Go.
Swish.
Cool.
That was nice
Cool.
and easy.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, when we first, you probably.
Once I lived a dream in your bedside. Could have been alive inside a memory. Maybe I'm left alone to sing these beat down blues and to sing the stupid things like the fact that I'm still in love with you. Oh, sweet girl, your magic, way you brush your hair and make me cry. But only fools believe in magic, and only fools stay alive. Can you remember all the good times that were given? And hate to say they're dead and been forgotten. I may not be alive, but it doesn't mean I've died, and I owe you all my life. Maybe I'm allowed to shout that I arrived. Baby, I am proud to say that I survived. And maybe if you loved another, then you would think otherwise. Well, I recognize if that's what you decide, baby, that's alright. Even though it hurts me deep inside. It hurts me deep inside. The devil said I must be on my way, so I thought I'd just stop by and say hi. The message that I hold for you, it's honest. The message that I hold for you is mine. And I pondered in my room all day, wondering what I'd ever say. I love you and I hate goodbye. I love you and I hate goodbye.